Shall we start? Do let me know, Omar, when to start.
We will wait a couple of minutes, Doctor, because I think still we don't have attendees.
Oh,
So,
sure.
so just let me double check the link. Is this the correct link which is being communicated with the audience? Just give me a second. Okay, just a second, Doctor. I'm just calling Rena. Just
Sure.
hello, Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, Doctor. I think we have only today one attendee, Mr. Nilofar.
Okay. Are we going to wait more?
I think we can start.
Okay.
I think just we can start if we can just we can maybe summarize it as we don't have uh, attendees.
So we didn't know how many people have registered before the event.
We don't actually the figures is with Rina so far, so I'm not sure. She's like she's telling me no one. We have another guy now joined. We have
Okay. All
two
right.
so far,
Okay. That's okay. So
so
let's
we
start
can
then.
start,
Yeah.
Doctor.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start then. Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for joining this lecture today on how AI is transforming our world for the better. I'm Dr. Homa. I'm assistant professor in the College of Engineering, Abu Dhabi University. I did my PhD in 2015 from University of Southampton, UK, and so my PhD area was also related to AI and machine learning, but the application was different. It was mainly in agriculture. Okay. So, if you think about what actually is AI, then what comes to mind? Then normally, all of us think that robotics, is probably AI. Flying cars is AI. So everybody has a different perspective, but a lot of people are still not familiar with the concept of artificial intelligence. We all look at it from different perspective. Um, Now, thanks to books and movies, uh, you know we all have some kind of our own fantasy of a world which is ruled by robots. So we've been conditioned to expect that there would be flying cars around us, and robots will be bringing our food for us, and this is actually what AI is. But if the age of AI is really here, then why don't our lives look like, the ones in Jetsons? Why don't we have flying cars around us? Why don't we have robots all around us? Well, we're getting there, but for starters, uh, Jetsons is a cartoon, so we have to step out of the fictional movies. But still, if you look around us, and really, if you've ever browsed movies on Netflix, movie suggestions, if you have use your credit card to order food, if you have ordered something on Amazon, if you have told Alexa to order a pizza for you, if you've passed through a public space and enabled through facial recognition, and if you have followed social media feeds that you're probably interacting, uh, you know uh, so basically, through all of these examples, you are actually interacting with artificial intelligence more than you realize. So although we don't have flying cars around us, although we don't see robots serving us food, but we are using artificial intelligence in our daily lives. And that's kind of the point. AI is designed so that you don't realize that there is a computer calling the shots. But that also makes understanding what AI is and what it's not a little more complicated. So artificial intelligence, it's a wide-ranging tool that enables people to rethink how we integrate information, how we analyze different kinds of data, how we use the results or insights to improve decision making. And already it is transforming our lives, our everyday life. So a common, if you look at AI is any technique which enables machines to mimic human behavior. So, according to researchers, AI systems make decisions which normally require a human level of expertise. So, this is what AI is, uh, any kind of machine or any algorithm which is mimicking the behavior of humans. So, that is what AI is. So, there's a lot of, concept of self-learning involved in AI. So, just like a human machine also, they retain information and they become smarter over time, so they learn from their environment. So but the thing is that with machines, they are not susceptible to memory loss or short-term memory loss or information load or sleep deprivation, or distraction. So these are not the problems with machines, but they can or learn just like humans over time. So basically, this is what self learning actually mean. Uh, for humans, obviously, it is easy for us to differentiate between things. For example, if you give a very simple example of a cat and a dog, we can differentiate what is a cat, what is a dog, what are the different species, what are the different breeds of dogs, you know. But for computers, you have to train them, using different features. So basically machine learning, on its own, it's about making machines learn like humans. So like any toddler, that means that they have to learn by experience, right? So with machine learning, program analyzes thousands of examples to build an algorithm. It then sort of tweaks around that algorithm, based on whether it is achieving its goal or not. So it keeps improving, adapting itself till it reaches the desired result. Okay. Now, so these are the three main aspects of your artificial intelligence. um, so first of all, when we talk about learning, predicting, surprise, but along with that, if you go further deeper, it's like, what is the intention, of developing the AI algorithm? What is the motive behind it? Because every algorithm is designed to make some kind of a decision. So using some sense data, some kind of real information. So you will have some inputs, some sensed inputs or some remote inputs based on which the AI algorithm will take some decision, right? uh, so that is the intention. The second thing is the intelligence. Then AI is generally is understanding that data, and then using machine learning algorithms, you develop your knowledge and you take decisions. So this is how the intelligence is built. And as I said that in the previous slide as well, how it adapts over time. um, okay. Okay, so this is a video, which I'm not gonna play right now. I'll play it maybe a bit later. So, where has AI come from? It's not like it's a new concept. AI has been around for a long time. It's not a new concept. In fact, for the past half century, it's been an idea which, um, which has been ahead of our time. We've been seeing these robots and robotic movies, and we've been seeing flying car based movies, and all of these very smart fictional characters for a long time now. But during the past few years, a couple of factors have really contributed or have led for AI to become the next big thing. Now, what are those reasons? Because now everything has been automated, so there is huge amounts of data that is available now. In fact, it is said that 90% of the world's data has been generated in the past couple of years only. So now, thanks to advances in processing speeds, computers can actually make sense of all of that information more quickly. So yeah, as you can see here, since 1950s, artificial intelligence has been there. The concepts are there. Then machine learning was introduced, machine learning algorithms, and then deep learning algorithm, which is a subset of machine learning algorithms. Now, if you talk about, where is AI right now? Right now, how much advanced our systems have become using artificial intelligence. So or should we think that now terminators are going to be running all around us? So well, but that is not the case. A lot of research is being done, in different areas, and we are advancing at a very good pace. And in the next few slides, I will show you, different applications where artificial intelligence is, doing wonderful things. Um, so we have to really stop thinking about robots only. When it comes to AI, a robot is it's nothing more than a shell, a shell which is concealing what's actually inside, the power of the technology. That means that AI can manifest itself in many, many different ways. Uh, so if we break it down, first you have the bots. They are text-based and incredibly powerful, but they have limitations. So if, for example, we ask our weather robot, weather bot, what is the forecast for today? It's going to tell you, this is the temperature and this is, it's partly cloudy. But if you ask them for the temperature for a different city, then that's where the limitation is, because you haven't trained that robot to tell you the temperature for another area. So basically the concept is that you have to, you know uh, the learning ability, the smartness, the intelligence that needs to be built into that machinery or that device, right? Okay. Okay, so this is the video. Let's just play it for a couple of minutes and see. Uh, uh, can you hear it? Is that okay? Omar, can you?
I can hear Doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
In the last decade, artificial intelligence has gone from a science fiction dream to a critical part of our everyday lives. We use AI systems to interact with our phones through Siri and Alexa. Cars like Teslas interpret and analyze their surroundings to intelligently drive themselves. Amazon monitors our browsing habits and intelligently serves us up products it thinks we'd like to buy. Even Google decides what kind of search results to give us based on who it thinks we are. Artificially intelligent algorithms are here, but this is only the beginning. Because in the future, AI is going to change everything. But do we want it to? Well, what exactly is artificial intelligence? Maybe a better question might be, what exactly is intelligence? The simplest descriptor is collecting data about the world and using that data to make predictions in the short and long term. That applies to both people and machines. So when we talk about AI in our lives, we're talking about everything, from a computer being able to read a handwritten document, like an OCR reader, to a robot performing complex surgery on its own, even to a massive database, categorizing your personality based on what you've written and looked at online. Because the world of AI is so incredibly large, let's take a look at some of the most groundbreaking developments we expect to see in the very near future, and whether that's a step forward or backward for society. First and foremost, AI systems are already primed to take over thousands, if not millions, of jobs. Any job that consists of a human taking down information from other humans and inputting it into a system is likely to go obsolete. So cashiers, receptionists, telemarketers, and bank tellers are all on their way out. As self-driving cars, self-operating drones, and other conveyors from A to B get more complex, we'll also lose jobs like truck drivers, postal workers, courier services, even pizza delivery. Factories are also becoming fully automated. So are car washes and movie theaters. Even my job as a journalist is threatened by rapidly improving news algorithms that can gather information and deliver it faster and more accurately. But as society changes to accommodate an all-machine service world, it'll also open up new jobs for the next generation. Writing software, repairing and maintaining robots, and developing new and better systems. Most notably, machines are also primed to take over dangerous jobs. Firefighting, mining, deep-sea oil drilling, construction, and other careers with high mortality rates will be replaced by machines that can't get sick or hurt. We don't know what an all-AI workforce will look like yet, but many economists believe that the world might be a brighter and more rewarding place with machines taking over the more dull and hazardous jobs. As we develop better AI, we're discovering that it can not just replace human labor, but also think in ways that humans can't. Algorithms that can monitor and process massive amounts of information and make conclusions based on patterns in that data are poised to change every avenue of society. Starting from something small, like optimizing traffic patterns over time to figure out the best routes to take or how to fix roads and rebuild highways, all the way to something much more serious, like monitoring epidemics and disease and stopping them before they spread. Machine learning has even shown to analyze human behavior and predict warning signs by recognizing common language used by people like sexual predators or terrorists, and alerting law enforcement to take action. Then again, that same technology can be used to track down political dissidents or serve fake news to vulnerable people while blocking out competing opinions and information. Just a few tech monopolies control the latest breakthroughs in data collecting, processing, and analyzing. And while we may hope that AI will help advance our society, it may just end up working to benefit the tech industry and only those who can afford to take advantage of cheaper, smarter human replacements. Maybe to the detriment of society. But for now, we just don't know what the future of AI holds.
Okay, so see, that was a very interesting video because they talk about the advantages of AI, how it is transforming our world, but still, how it will not be suitable for the labor force or the human force, or whether it will be suitable. We have yet to see that, and I'll discuss that in the end as well. That should we be afraid of AI? Are humans going to be replaced? So I'll touch on that in the end of the presentation. So yeah. So so here we sorry. Yeah. So here you can see that um, it has discussed that how over the number of years technology based companies have increased, and as you can see since 2013 to 15, I didn't have any recent numbers, that you can see 3,000 times. 3,000, 3,500, for example, companies are being shown. This is from US, which are technology-based companies. Whereas in 2013, it was 100 companies only. So, there's a huge change. You can see technology-based companies in every sector, be it oil and gas, be it gaming, finance, health, government, everywhere. So, so basically, they say that artificial intelligence is actually the fourth industrial revolution. The first was the steam in 1750s, then it was electricity in 1820, then the third revolution was set to be for computing in 1900s, and then the fourth industrial revolution is based on artificial intelligence, which is like, now. So now let's, talk about the applications of artificial intelligence, of how we see them around us. Now, one of the important terms that you must have heard about would be Internet of Things, IoT. And a lot of students are now interested in studying IoT. So IoT is basically a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals, or people that are provided with unique identifications, IDs, and the ability to transfer data over the internet without requiring human or human to computer interaction, right? So you have multiple devices, as you can see here, in the diagram, and they are sharing data with each other, and based on that data, they will take decisions, right? So as it is, it's Internet of Things. Now, if you go towards the next slide, that is based on smart homes. Now, artificial intelligence has enabled this concept of smart homes, smart offices. So basically, by smart we mean that this concept allows homeowners to control different devices around the house, like lighting, like temperature, thermostats, different appliances remotely using a smartphone or a tablet, you know through the internet connection. Now, smart homes can be set up through wireless or hardwired systems. This technology, which is smart home technology, it provides homeowners with obviously convenience and a lot of cost saving. So the next application is your smart cities. So as you take the concept of smart homes forward, smart cities. Now, smart city, it is an urban area that uses different types of electronic methods and sensors to collect data. Insights gained from that data is used to manage the assets. Like what are the trends, where are people, which restaurants people are mostly going to, which are the most rush areas, what are the traffic, patterns during the day. So all this kind of data, this is being collected for different applications, and then that data will be looked at, and you will get insights from that data on how to manage your assets and resources and services efficiently in a city. So obviously this will help in managing the operations across the city, and it will improve those operations. Smart cities bring together infrastructure and technology to improve the quality of life of the citizens and enhance their interaction with the urban environment. Now, the next, another application, if we talk about for artificial intelligence, is your augmented reality, AR. AR is an enhanced version basically of the real, your physical world, that is achieved through the use of digital, visual elements or sound or sensory stimuli. Okay. And that is obviously delivered through some kind of technological means. So this also helps in a lot of applications, especially now, with a lot of remote teaching happening now, for students to build this virtual and learning environment. This augmented reality, it's very helpful in helping students to learn. Now, the another very famous and very popular, sorry, very famous and very popular example is autonomous vehicles. Transportation, this is an area where AI and machine learning, they're producing major innovations. uh, so you have self-driven cars now. You've heard of Tesla. That is like quite a advanced thing now. They're still not obviously available for general public to buy, but it has been tested and performing really nicely. So even in automated vehicle guidance system and brake, and lane changing system, you have a lot of cameras and sensors for collision detection or collision avoidance basically. And so we have the use of AI to analyze the information in real time, and the use of high performance computing and deep learning algorithms to adapt to the new circumstances, looking at the maps. Another application is how you can detect rush areas, or if there is some accident, then radar system on the cars, they can sort of communicate with each other, and they can detect uh, or any kind of hindrance, any kind of trouble, and uh, the car can then decide or change its route accordingly. And obviously it can change the speed of the car based on the distance of the surrounding objects. Another example is healthcare. You can see so many different applications of healthcare here. uh, uh, you know yeah, from virtual nursing assistants to having robotic surgeries. A lot of work has been done on it, and very successful applications have been developed. So from robotic assisted surgeries to virtual nursing assistants, or AI systems, they are helping diagnose diseases better. And not just that, because now we have more data available, you can analyze patients' data and diagnose different behaviors, different diseases much early on than later. So basically, AI technologies, they are providing improvements in overall care or diagnosis and treatment as well. Now, another massive application of AI is in agriculture. Um, Artificial intelligence and machine learning, it is transforming a lot of industries. But specifically, in agriculture, for field monitoring, for basically monitoring the health of the crops, for managing the water application on the crops to save water and to provide better crop yields. A lot of work has been done, and artificial intelligence algorithms have been used to manage the crop systems and to better utilize resources. So machines are basically, they are self-learning and they are here to stay. So should we be worried? Should we be worried? That was the question in the video as well. How is it going to affect our jobs? How will it be, will it make our jobs obsolete? What will happen to our jobs? Now, Stephen Hawking says that it would, or AI would take off on its own and redesign itself at a very increasing rate. Humans who are limited by slow biological evolution couldn't compete and would be superseded. So that's what Stephen Hawking thinks. Now, if you talk about Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla, he says that with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. So you start to worry, and you're like, okay, everything looked nice and rosy till now, and then you're telling us that it is going to replace us. Is that what it is? Well, see, there's always a two sides of the picture. There is a dark side and there's a brighter side. So just like industrial revolution, it's not basically human versus machine. It's not. It's humans and machines versus the problem. So the point is that artificial intelligence helps you accomplish much more in less time. So taking on these repetitive tasks, of your job, uh, and making your job easier, basically. So yeah, so the way that way humans can do more work, and they can be better at their job, and they can be more human. So basically, machines are not, or artificial intelligence is not replacing humans. It's us and the artificial intelligence technology and the machines together against the problem. So, you know, um, this was the a quote from by the Minister of State for AI. AI is not either negative or positive. As with every technology on Earth, it really depends on how we implement it. So AI is us, okay, and it is for our betterment. There's nothing wrong with it. We should not be afraid of it, and it is going to, inshallah, transform our lives in every sector. It is already doing that for the better. So this is the UAE AI strategy. UAE cabinet adopts this national strategy for artificial intelligence 2031 plan. Basically in different areas, how AI can be incorporated. So this is, an agreement which was done for UAE AI Challenge program. There have been different conferences happening based on robotics. So this is the UAE AI Working Group, which was established in 2018. A lot has been happening. They're trying to build capacity for like coders. They're initiating AI summer camps with respect to AI I'm talking about. You will see AI powered tools deployed by the Dubai and Abu Dhabi police. So not just that, in defense applications, AI has been used tremendously in transportation, in health management. So AI is really taking the lead, and it's really moving forward in this area. And in the Abu Dhabi AI in healthcare policy, so that is also this policy is being made. So if this is from World Economic Forum, and if we talk about what are the top 10 skills of the future, then you will see that those are not degrees. Basically, these are the skill set that is required for future generation: complex problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management. emotional intelligence. So it's very interesting to have a look at it and then see how we can, develop these skills to move forward. And they are basically, developing your intelligence, or refining it. Now, these are the most in demand jobs in your future. So, based on those core skills, obviously, those core skills, if you have them, then only you can, sort of move towards these career options. So, IT analyst, artificial intelligence specialists, and data scientists. These are the most in demand jobs. So, we, sort of understand, what, successes, right? So people actually see very limited portion, of the success, but there's obviously a lot of hard work, a lot of failures are there, a lot of sacrifices are there, to achieve that. So it, looks very bright and very promising, different applications in AI, but obviously there's a lot that still we can't see, and we have to put in a lot of effort and hard work into it, and then only, still now what we see looks very little, but you don't know what, is behind it. So yeah, it is our time, to move forward, being in UAE. A lot is happening in AI, and our lives are, different sectors are changing, our lives are changing, and they will change for the better. Um, so just food for thought in the end. If, governments should create laws for fair, transparent, and accountable AI. So we can discuss this if you have any questions about this, because you must have heard about, different data leakages, and how different companies use personal data, user information, for their own gains and for own, advantages. Governments use that data as well. So should we have laws, so that users are aware that what data is being shared through different applications? If, you are incorporating artificial intelligence, in different applications that we are using, then is it going to spy on us? Is it going to use our personal data for some other purposes? So yeah, these are some of the, questions that come into our mind. So that's the end of my presentation. Do let me know if there are any questions for you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Huma. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Nilofar. If you have any question, you can raise your hand. Actually, the session is recorded and will be uploaded on the community.edu.ac.ae. So for those who did not attend it today, maybe they can see it offline. I think we don't have any question, Doctor, for today.
It's
Thank you
okay.
for the informative session.
Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you. I had a
Yeah,
great time doing the session. I hope everybody, whoever watches this lecture later on, thinks about this technology and, get to learn about, how it is transforming our lives. Thank you.
thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.